I've been thinking a lot this week, particularly this weekend, about the things that our graduates are going through. And last evening, and then the theme again that repeated today, that the timing of all of this, that now is the time. An Old Testament concept might be for such a time as this. In Exodus, there's a story about Moses, and it's a story that all of us know. If you've preached from Exodus 19, you understand Exodus 19, you know at the conclusion of it, Moses is given the Ten Commandments, and every preacher that has ever preached has preached on the Ten Commandments. And they get to them because there's some pretty cool special effects. There's smoke, and there's fire, and there's, let's just make up some things. Thunders, lightning, volcanoes, it's all going on at the end of Exodus as Moses on the mountain. And that's where preachers like to get, to where the action is. But you can't get to the action of Exodus 19 unless you start at the beginning of Exodus 19. This is how the story starts. Then the Lord called to Moses from the mountain. See, we preachers, we want to skip over that part and get to the special effects part. But the special effects part don't happen if the Lord doesn't call to Moses. And he calls from this mountain. Those of you in this room have climbed some mountains. You have been called to, by God, the voice from the mountains, to your ministry. As you've studied, you've had to head into those mountain experiences where you've been challenged academically, you've been pushed, you've been prodded, you've been begged to turn things in on time. You have, and I'm speaking to some of you specifically. And so as you've answered God's call to the mountain, you've engaged more mountains. And so here's the really bad news, that now that you're done with your academics, the mountains are just going to get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And you're going to take more time to climb them. They're going to be harder to climb. And you're going to have to go over them. And people talk to you about mountaintop experiences, but you have to get to the mountaintop. And it's a lot of work to get there. But you are called. John Muir, who founded the Sierra Club, was out hiking for a long period of time. And he discovered Yosemite Valley in that time. He came home after several months of this exploratory journey, and he spent one night at home, and he got up the next morning, and his family said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "The mountains are calling, and I have to go." You graduates who are going to graduate today, you who are here who are going to be ordained tomorrow, if you pass your exam with the general superintendent this afternoon, that's your testimony. The mountains are calling, and you have to go. When you can stay put, when you're not called, that's when it's time to give up on the ministry, because it will be something you find no joy in, no passion in. As long as the mountain is calling you, and you have to go, you know that God is calling you. So we congratulate you. We're happy for you. We're excited for you. We're going to honor you in just a few minutes, but I wanted to share those thoughts with you this afternoon.